Okay, I'm coming back with part 2. All right, so I'm going to read you scripture before I read this, and I want to break this down and explain this to you. Luke 21:11. There will be great earthquakes, famines, pestilence in various places, and fearful events and great signs from heaven. Okay, Jeremiah 24:10. I will send the sword, famine, and plague against them until they are destroyed from the land I gave to them and their ancestors. Matthew 5:45. That you may be children of your Father in heaven. He causes his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends rains on the righteous and the unrighteous. Genesis 7:17 through 24. For 40 days the floods kept coming on the earth. And as the waters increased, they lifted the ark high above the earth. The waters rose and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the water. They rose greatly on the earth, and all the high mountains under the entire heavens were covered. The waters rose and covered the mountains to the depth of more than 15 cubits. Every living thing that moved on land perished, birds, livestock, wild animals, and all creatures that swarm over the earth, and all mankind. Everything on dry land that had the breath of life in its nostrils died. Every living thing on the face of the earth was wiped out, people and animals and creatures that move along the ground, and the birds were wiped from the earth. Only Noah was left, and those with him in the ark. Okay. All right, so I'm going to stop here. The waters flooded the earth for 150 days because I have to read this and then I'm going to go back to this. I got to explain something to you. And I think I look so weird without my glasses. I mean, I don't even look like the same person. Ugh. Okay, so this is so Chad from our weather blog, he is the WLFI TV 18 channel guy. He is never, and I'm telling you, I'm not praising him as a god or anything, but he is the only weather guy that I will ever listen to on the face of the planet. Like 100%. He has never been wrong on his predictions. And you know why? Because he's a Christian. And he's the one that openly admits, hold on, my contact is bugging me. Okay, so he has been accurate and correct about what's going on. And it's because he follows God. He literally, follows God. So this is what he wrote yesterday, actually, as an update from now until the beginning of next year. And I know a lot of people are like, well, you can't predict that. I'm going to read you this. Rainfall returns to normal or a bit above normal for the first 1 to 2 weeks of June, then we heat up and dry out. Watch for the risk of random serial derecho in early half of June. However, listen to this, 70% of June's rainfall may occur in the first 15 days of the month. We've already had heavy rains. July still looks hotter and drier than normal. There we go. I'd watch for a random serial derecho, which means there's a possibility that this will take a switch. All right, that big upper ridge then evolves with much drier conditions with below normal rainfall in the latter half of May. Topsoil moisture deficits may develop by the end of May, even after a wetter earlier half of May. As temperatures surge to the 90s early, green, wetter, yellower, drier compared to normal, which is our region through the upper region. August's dryness will be determined by just how many tropical systems impact our region. It looks very active tropical storm and hurricane-wise for the upcoming hurricane region. The Florida Peninsula and Panhandle has the best potential of a tropical landfall in June, while July features the eastern Gulf Coast and Carolinas being favored. August and September show the entire Gulf Coast under the threat. So if we are to have big tropical impacts with rainfall here, August to September would tend to be the time. All right. I should stop here, but I'm just going to continue. Moderate traditional La Nina is expected by late fall. September through October look warmer and drier than normal, while November, December look colder than normal with above normal precipitation. Snowfall looks above normal. January looks warmer than normal with below normal rainfall it looks wetter than normal with river flooding risks. February looks colder colder than normal with normal rainfall and normal precipitation overall. Be aware that wide temperature swings more than normal will be commonplace with a lot of wind. January looks warmer than normal with below normal rainfall. It looks wetter than normal with river flooding risks. February looks colder than normal with normal rainfall and normal precipitation overall. Be aware that wide temperature swings more than normal will be commonplace with a lot of wind, including many high wind events this winter. Given the strong jet, a random unseasonable severe weather event in the cooler months is certainly there. All right. Doesn't seem like my traditional video, does it? Because of this. So the waters flooded the earth for 150 days from April 8th from the 40-day warning. Okay. Given that, plus the 150 days that the floods receded, would be September 5th, 2024, meaning that this is the judgments, okay? The rain's coming. When God sends rain, it is a bad sign. All right. Elijah, though, in the Bible, he prayed for the rains to stop for 3.5 years. And it did. So when he prayed afterwards, that is when God allowed it to rain, but it was a fruitful rain, meaning he forgave their sins. Do you understand what I'm getting with the judgment on America, with the rainfall, okay, with this weather pattern and why it's bad with the high winds and things like that? That means that judgment is here. As the days of Noah, so shall be the coming of the Son of Man be. So this system that is coming in is going to impact our weather patterns so bad, and we have the majority of it going to be floods, while the West is going to have massive fire. And a lot of people had dreams of that, okay? And all of this around the same timing with the Feast of Tabernacles, the Antichrist perfect time to rise, so on and so forth. So I'm moving along to my next video. God bless.